welcome, everybody. Well, welcome back. For anybody who's seen my podcast years ago now, Chopping It Up with Stu, this is a newer, revised version, the Cool Down Den. I'm your host, Stu, and we having a great discussion tonight, man. We got the boy Jmello25 in here. We got a third guest I wasn't expecting right there. We got the dog right there. And we got the boy Rio B, actor.
Yeah.
He's been in so many different films. Matter of fact, let me pull up his list of accolades here because I forgot to type it out. Let me see. I got the accolades right here. We got the award-winning actor, been in over 60 plus films. I didn't even know he's been in that many. 60 plus films. Oh, there goes Salty right there. Okay.
Plus commercials and films.
Award-winning actor, been in over 60 plus films. We got hey Salty, you put the wrong camera on. All right. Award-winning actor, been in over 60 plus films and commercials. You can catch him on Amazon Prime, the hit Lovely Jackson, longtime homie, and all that good jazz. Just so like that. I've known him since diapers, so yeah. So I've known him from a long time. Speaking of people I've known for a long time, we got the man, the myth, the legend, owner, CEO of Mud Valley Gaming, an organization I am a part of. I love being a part of every single day. We got Jmello in the building. Then we got the man who probably got one of the best streams on Twitch if you like dirty shit. You know what I'm saying? If you like freaky nasty, if you like just having a good time, if you like having a good just conversation, you never know what you're gonna find out. That's where you go when you want to go, when you want to find somebody. We got Salty Dog in the building. How everybody feeling tonight, man?
Feeling high.
Feeling alright?
It's been a smooth, nice, productive Sunday. Nice, productive Sunday.
Love that. Let me turn the music down. Hey, Cam, how you doing? Welcome in. And also, if you guys are watching this on YouTube or listening to this on Spotify, we do stream all these podcasts on my channel, twitch.tv/Big Stu Gaming. We're live right now on Twitch. Once again, twitch.tv/Big Stu Gaming. So today's episode, we are talking about first in the family, first in the generation, being first, and what does it mean? All right. I think that's a heavy conversation, and I feel like that was a good conversation, just off the rip to dive into and start. So I'm gonna let the actor speak first. With you, Mario, being the first person, hell, that I know in real life, that's an actor. And I'm sure the first of your family. What is it like for you to just travel the world that's been untraveled by people like nobody's really that growing up at least traveled that path?
I think the one thing that is funny is I've gotten a overwhelming amount of support. A very overwhelming amount of support. I'm a Midwest kid. I live in Ohio, and this is not an area where it's fully known for films and stuff. Yes, films do come through here. Recently, shout out to Superman.
I know that.
But from when I first started this journey, I didn't even know you can do acting in Ohio. I thought it was a Hollywood, LA thing. But ever since I started, I've just been getting a lot of support from family, friends, and everyone around me. One thing though that is contrary to belief, things are not always as they seem. And we know that in the digital world we live in. Like the acting world is very different, far as what you see in the final product and what's being put out there versus what's really going on behind the scenes.
Right. Right.
So, but it's been a dope journey. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And when it rains, it pours. Hurry up and wait are the two big things in the industry.
I believe it. I bet, man. Man, next up, I want to hear Jay's point of view, man, because Jay, I've known him since COVID. I've known him since COVID. We game together all the time, and Jay hit me up with an idea back in 2020. He said, "Hey, man, I got this thing going. I want you to be a part of it." So, Jay, what was it like for you and the boy Band-Aid when y'all came together? What made you want to start this? What made you want to take that step? Did you have any fears behind it? Anything like that,
I would say that I took the step totally off the enjoyment of gaming with friends. So when it came to streaming, I got convinced by Band Aid to actually stream, but I always said I'm not good at this game, which was COD. So he was like, "You ain't got to be good. You're funny, and we're funny together. So we just stream it." And then so it actually took me like shit. As of him saying that, that was probably like pre-COVID. That was probably like sometime around January. He was saying that. No, further than that. He was saying this a while. He was saying this when he first made his Twitch account, but I wasn't paying attention to it because I didn't know about Twitch. But then, probably like in January of 2020, he had hit me up and told me, and I was like, nah. But I didn't start streaming until November of 2020 because for some reason, everything got to be perfect. I didn't want to stream in the bedroom. I had put literally, if you go on my Instagram, I have a picture of where I started, which was in the bedroom. On the I put we had a TV mounted, and then the little all-in-one PC and the Xbox and the and my damn screen all on the dresser. So, but I still never clicked live though. I still never went live. Still never went live. And then finally, I put together a little desk and was down in the basement in the corner, and that's when I finally clicked it. That ain't happened until literally like 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Oh wow.
As far as on this journey though, I would say that I receive a lot of support from my family, as in like moms, aunties, uncles, because they think the shit is cool. They just think I'm a fucking celebrity, but nobody knows I'm only streaming to 2 people in the motherfucking chat. But neither here nor there, like that's definitely it's definitely heartwarming, like to receive love like that, especially living in like I like to call my city a third world city because we're like so far behind on everything. Like people are just now starting to actually try to do content creating in some aspect, right?
Right.
So TikTok really helped push that. Like when TikTok came, everybody just started making content, and nobody realized they're all content creators until I sit down and actually tell them, like, "Bro, this is content. Your content is this. You're doing it, and you're putting it out there. So you're doing what I felt like because and nobody told me that it was a stupid idea, but I felt like people would side eye me like, this nigga think he about to be the next. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, facts,
But
facts, 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 facts.
but you sit down, you tell them like, bro, you're doing what I've been doing. So yeah, you're creating content. You're a me. So it's like, but
You or me?
yeah, I would say that you got that complex where it comes to people think people are like in their head about the like, boy, you about to be 40 years old and you still play the game trying to wish they now know the next carson that. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Mhm.
no, bro.
No,
No.
no, no, no. And
No.
I think that's something that's a good point right there to bring up that a lot of people really compare I guess streaming, right, to a lot of different things. And but just getting back, I guess, to the topic of what we were saying here, that yeah, whenever you branch out and you do anything different, right, it is hard. Being first in Toledo, being the first in our city, Mario growing to be an actor, like it's a little different for me. It's a little different for me. 80-year-olds stream games. Who cares? You right, Cam. 80-year-olds do stream. Shout out to Tactical Grandma. But yeah, it is hard out here. It is hard being the first, right? I would say me personally, even in my own household, I wasn't really the first. I had somebody who was supposed to come in my household to be first, but things happen. But I say a lot to say being first is not easy, especially when you got people talking in your ear, like you said, Jay. You got people telling you like, "Yo, how you gonna be a gamer? You just out here playing a game. Like, what is this content creation? Like, don't nobody really know how to support you, right? And the only people that may know how to support you, we don't really have access to like that. We got people that we think that we have access to. Like, I'm sure Rio got some people that he probably hit up on the slide, and as he knew, like as he went through it, he found some people. Now he hits them up. But when you first start out and you take that first step, ain't nobody there. It's really hard when you trying to take a path that you know is destined for you, and don't nobody, like, your mama don't know how to help you, your dad don't know how to help you, brothers, because they don't know that
Mhm.
you are the first person to take that step, and so it is really hard to do that. even though this episode is a really great episode, I can honestly say I'm the other end of the spectrum. I'm trying to think about what I will be first in. I guess for me, it would be content creation. I'm the first in my family to be a content creator, to really like stream, broadcast, podcast, to do whatever. Right, I was the first person in my family to really start doing that, and it started for me. It really started in COVID. But then I think back when I was thinking about this the other day. For me, I think my content creation roots started when I was like 4 or 5 years old. I used to pick up a spoon and I'll be watching the football games and I'll be commentating in baby language or whatever. I was commentating. My mom used to. I'll be commentating in baby language, and Mario. You remember we used to be playing the game NCAA or whatever, Madden, whatever, and I'd be like, "Oh, 10 to 10, the 20, the 30," and and that's just like, and that's how it started. We would just be commentating all the time, and so at first, being a commentator was the thing. Shout out the man. Dang, what's his name? Not Cordell Stewart. What's it? Stewart Clark. Dang, what's that commentator's name? His name was Stewart in it.
I think you said it. I think that's
Nah,
it. Stuart Clark.
Is it Stewart
Cordell
Clark?
Stewart was
Cordell Stewart the quarterback.
was a quarterback.
Stewart Clark. Was it
Stuart Clark. Yeah, I think so. Stuart Scott.
Stuart Scott.
Yeah, shout out Stuart Scott, man. God rest his soul. But yeah, so people like him really made it, because before content creation, like there wasn't really an avenue for people of color to be seen in a positive light besides sports.
Sports, yeah,
But
maybe
besides
here and
sports,
there with like acting a little bit, but
yeah, maybe with actors act like sports, music, and acting. That was about it. Like
yeah,
if you wasn't a Denzel, a Halle Berry, or a Michael Jordan, you thought, dang, I ain't gonna make it. You feel me? I mean, of course you got doctors and lawyers, but who really cares about those? Like, who really cares about doctors and lawyers and stuff like that? Nobody cares about that. We want to be the fun stuff.
still gonna have to go to the hospital tomorrow.
I was just
Wake up.
playing, Doc.
I
was
can't
just
move my
playing.
toes. I can't move my toes.
I was
Oh, what about them doctors and lawyers?
They gonna leave a whole scalpel inside these ones.
It was just for the clips, man. It was just for the clips. For
Yeah,
sure,
clip
though. Like,
farm, man.
clip for gotta be clip farm, nigga. Some sort of talent. Exactly, Kim. Gotta have some sort of talent. So I'm glad that content creation has shown avenues, even though, man, my camera tweaking. Yeah, gotta give me a little camera that's more expensive than $25.
Hey, this is a $25 one.
And well, your $25 one working better than my $25 one. Let me tell you. But yeah, so I think I love how content creators really open up avenues for people to just be themselves. You got shout out Constant, man. Matter of fact, he's doing a mafia thon. Have y'all seen he doing his mafia thon part 3?
Part 3, bro.
Part 3. He's starting tomorrow.
It starts tomorrow.
It starts tomorrow at 6, I think. 6. And he having
mercy.
I just saw the tweet literally like 20 minutes ago. I was laying in bed. He started at he's having Kanye's ex-wife.
Kim Kardashian.
Who?
Kim Kardashian. He having Kim Kardashian on the show.
Kim K started off? Oh.
Yeah, Kim K to start off. So
both.
Kim K gonna be there. I think it's gonna be kind of cool. But shout out to freaking Kai, man. Kai's been doing his thing.
First person live stream the BET Awards.
Yo, that was insane. Him live streaming the BET Awards was absolutely insane. I was like, I don't gotta watch BET now. I can watch Kai stream. I still didn't watch him. I still didn't watch it.
I watched it. It was funny.
But it was cool though. It was cool to say that. It was cool to say that like I'm in the same space as people like that. You feel me? For sure. Let me see what else. I'm trying to think about. So you got Kai and you got Speed, like all these people who are now making so much money just being themselves. They didn't have to play a role. They don't got to play a sport. They don't got to do whatever. They can just be themselves, And
generally having fun, just having fun, living life.
I'm a little jealous of that because sometimes I feel like I got to play a persona. But we're gonna talk about that in a different episode.
I mean, to a certain extent, you got to bring like a more upbeat, more positive version of yourself, regardless of what you're going through. There is a little showmanship in this. It's not necessarily putting on a fake persona, but it's like whatever, regardless of what's going on outside of your life, you got to kind of leave that at the door once you go live. Unless like it's one of them days where you got those people and like it just that's the kind of space that you're creating of we're
Right.
like, all right, this is the time zone. We're gonna hash out. You got something to hash out, da 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 da. But
No,
for the
facts.
most parts, like it's leaving that at the door and just kind of like, all right, we're gonna have a good time here. Like,
We're gonna have a good time here for sure. Good question from chat here. What about manifesting first for your family? I think that's a W right there. That is a W question because well, for me personally, I got my family, but I don't got like a family just yet. I got like, family I built. You feel me? When I think of family, I think of something like I built 100%. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna talk to the person in here who actually has built the family. So we're gonna take that question for Jay. You know, what is that like? What do you think that question right there when you manifesting first for your family? You know,
Well, first and foremost, you definitely family or whatever. You still have a family that you could be the first to some wealth or whatever, to some
true,
wealth
true,
and
true.
success. My takes on that. Okay, so boom, right? Having a made family makes you, I'm gonna say, level headed. So there's no more just thinking about myself personally. It would be so I can do whatever for my family. So that being said, it's like being the man of the house is so many sacrifices, and I ain't taking away from no women because I know women make sacrifices as well, right? But
Man, let's not open that boat right now. Another
when you're a man and you're streaming with somebody who knows nothing about the streamer world, it's difficult mentally. It's difficult physically, as far as just your schedules, like because that person may or may not, if they're supportive, they gonna rock with your schedule and they gonna make sure whatever they need from you is done needed before or after the stream, right? So those who not fucking with it, they going about the day. However, they going about the day. They don't care
right,
about
right,
your
right.
schedule. They ain't caring. Hey, I asked you to get this. Hey, I told you I needed this by this time, and it conflicted with your scheduling on your streaming, and they ain't really caring about that.
No
So,
facts.
but if this streaming, because it's more of a long game, especially when you don't have the clout, the name, whatever you want to call it, the popularity, whatever you want to call it, on your side immediately. And I'm pretty sure you heard of like the people that you know personally aren't going to be the reason you become rich. It's going to be the strangers is the reason why you become rich or whatever, or rich and famous or popular, or whatever you want from this, right? But
successful.
when it comes to success, when it comes to not having that behind you and you just start streaming, we all know you got to play the long game. It's a
Right.
marathon, not a race or whatever. It's a
Facts,
marathon,
facts,
not a
facts.
sprint, whatever. So us knowing that still doesn't help the people that, or not the spouse that doesn't know anything about it. Because if you're not making as a inside the household, that may be they ain't can they need a fast turnaround. You know what I'm saying? Like they need once you click live, you should be making what you make at your job right now immediately, or unless or you're gonna be considered wasting time. You know what I'm
Wasting
saying?
time.
So without having that, as soon as you go live, and I have the iPad, and my daughters, hey, put this on your iPad and leave it sitting somewhere. You know what I'm saying? When you
Facts.
first start that, and then
Oh
you know what
my
I'm saying,
goodness.
you
And when you
looking at
first
your
start out, when you
analytics.
try to hit affiliate,
No, dead eyes. When you
when you
first
try
start
to
off,
Yeah.
and you also got that fire, not that like that heat coming from your spouse talking about, look, you might be wasting time. It start to do something to you. So,
it
but
definitely does a lot.
being the first in like your generation to wait, what was the question? The question was
And first, like us.
manifesting.
Uh
Manifesting, yeah, definitely. We over here manifesting it. Be every time before I stream, I say my prayer, and then we go ahead and click that button. You know what I mean? Do a quick prayer, click a little prayer in the head, and you know what I'm saying, manifest some something. Even if it's a great conversation that night, it could be anything. manifesting some type of traction in that joint, you know, we rock out.
No, that's for sure. Kim once again asking what's the communication about that though? Does she not understand or don't care to understand the financial turnaround? I'm gonna say this, Cam, and this once again, this is not for this episode. This is planned for episode 3 or 4. I got some more episodes planned about men's views on things and women's views on things. But in my experience, I'm trying to keep it as political as possible here. We ain't trying to be Andrew Tate just yet, where we saying the crazy stuff. In my opinion, you know I think a lot of women say they'll hold you down forever until time gets rough. Now there are some women out there who'll hold you down, whatever. But I feel like when rubber meets the road and you start taking those branches and you start becoming the first that we're talking about today, right? And we start, because at the end of the day, Jay, you got a good job. Jay makes some decent money. He makes enough money to do what he needs to do. Let's put it that way, right? And so that creates comfortability because you may want, because us as humans, we always want more. We always want something. But at least your needs are met, right? So I know for a lot of times, for a lot of women that I know, the second their needs are not met, and you're telling her, oh, it's for a dream, it's something we gonna be good. Like, not only am I gonna meet your needs, I'm gonna be able to buy you Birkins and take you on trips and all, but you gotta just stick with me for right now. That's when it's just like, that's when I've noticed a lot of women, they just like, I don't know. All I know is 3 weeks ago we was good. I ain't have to cut back on nothing. I ain't have to, to change my lifestyle. Now you telling me I gotta change what I do just because you decide to deviate path? I don't know. So yes, being the first also means there are parts of you that you are right now that may not be able to go on the future you's journey. The burden to be a first is always amplified, at least in my opinion, by being a man, right? Because you already have standards of being a man, especially when you talk about having a family. Hey, you the man of the house. You got to do what the man of the house supposed to do. And so, you know, I don't know. That was not R&B. Hey, can we focus on the conversation time? What we doing here? What we doing? But no, so real. So like I said, man, what you think when you talk about manifestation right now? I mean, you right now, you manifesting your dream early. You feel me? Before the women, before the kids, before all that stuff. So what are your expectations? I guess when you like, are you building for yourself, or do you see yourself building for a future family type? Does that make sense?
Oh, like that is like that's the goal. I mean, who doesn't? I guess there are people out there that don't want a family. They cool. Like there's a new wave of people that cool. Just like I'm gonna be
Man,
single
what?
forever, be the fun auntie. That ain't me.
That's a huge wave in that. I don't know where that started.
But like me, I want to
I'm on that
procreate.
wave.
You already got a kid. You can't be on that wave.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's
that's
too
it.
late, bro. It's too late for you, brother.
You too late
You
for
gonna
that
be the
wave.
old at the club.
Uh,
Scottish in my family. No. Hey, what was I
oh,
saying? What was I saying? You just threw me off.
that people
Oh
having these
yeah,
young
no,
waves.
yeah. So no, my goal is to start a family, but the thing is, like this avenue that we've kind of chosen of entertainment in general
Mm-hmm.
is not very conducive to like family orientated like anything.
Because it's not
Like
stable at all.
it's no stability anywhere. There's no stability. I know for me personally, like with just acting, like I can apply to a job like a month ago and not hear back until like 2 days before it, and say like I'm thinking, okay, I might not do this. I got a plan with my spouse, like, all right, babe, we're gonna go to dinner, do this, all this night or this day. We're gonna go on vacation this weekend, and then like 2 days before, boom, babe, I can't. I got this opportunity here. Like it's gonna take a really like strong and someone that really believes in you to be able to like deal with that. But like expecting that out of someone, is a lot when it's not you're not seeing a lot of immediate results right there.
Right.
And like, how long can someone put up with that? Which is the challenge, you know. So it's either finding someone that like has got it out the mud and they're not really solely relying on you as far as anything financially. It's more the emotional, if you provide that emotional stability for them and like they're not really looking for whatever to be taken care of, princess treatment or anything like that, which is a little dicey there. And when it's that route, or someone that just understands the game too and is in it with you.
No, right.
But outside of that, it's really tough, like being in this avenue and dating in general.
In general, for sure. Especially because I mean, I know for me, when I first started streaming, right? I did podcasting before I did streaming, but I ain't really had the juice that I got now. You know what I'm saying? But no, look, no, I know when I started streaming, I had I had a girlfriend at the time, who we're not gonna name no names anymore because no longer exists.
Y'all gonna
But
make it sound like we talking about Lord Voldemort.
Right.
basically,
You should not speak of him.
Basically, we don't speak of her name anymore. We don't do that. But no. But yeah, so at the time, me and her was dating or whatever. And she said all the time, like, dang, you give that stream more energy than you give me. Like, you give it's like happier around the stream you are me. And it's just like, and I feel like all of this goes with the pressures of being first to try and do anything. Because yeah, there's a part of you have to become something to be the first in it, right? Like now what you said, Mario, about how you have to be very flexible with your time and scheduling. I was just watching a YouTube video on the guy who was the voice actor for Blade that just came out of Marvel Rivals. And he told the story of how he got the role for Blade in Marvel Rivals. And he said that he interviewed for that voice actor role a year and a half ago before Rivals even came out. They told him he got the job a year and a half ago, but he just recorded the voice lines in January of this year. And he said from I think it was like June of last year till January of this year, he heard nothing, complete silence. So he thought I lost a job. He thought he thought, oh, okay, I don't got no more. And then that's in January. I think he said February. I think he said it was February. He got a car. You ready to record? And they say we'll fly you out to LA 3 days from now. He said he was at dinner with his girlfriend or I think wife. I forgot who he was with, some girl. And he got the call saying, okay, here you go. Be out, be ready. And he's like, y'all still want me to be Blade? And they said, yeah, you're still our guy. I think that's kind of crazy that like this man had a job for 7, 8, 9 months and didn't even like know it. Like,
that's the crazy part of like the acting game. Like it's wild. Like one on like the front end of like booking jobs, and then two the back end of like when you book a job, and then the time frame between like when they can pay you and like when you can receive your money is like it blows my mind. But just the whole nature of what we do and telling the stories and like becoming these characters, it's the passion. You gotta have the passion for what you do when you're in these avenues, because like it's not all everything that glitter ain't gold all the time, and there's like it's waves. This thing comes in waves and there's seasons. As far as I know, at least far acting, because that's like the avenue I know the most. Like there are seasons where it's like, all right, it's hot. And then there's every year I know like it's gonna be a time frame where I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna see nothing. Like early January, like January, February, I know like from like, yeah, January, February, I'm not seeing nothing. And then like there's always a slow period in like April, May-ish, June.
This man just said the first 4 months of the year.
The whole first quarter, I ain't hearing a damn thing.
Not in my region, not in my region. Far as a non-union work, non-union actor in the Midwest. Now, like, ironically, that's also the same time as pilot season. So like it's very different, but far as like commercial wise, because I'm predominantly a commercial actor. So in the mid, that's just the market that I'm in right now. And so I know during those time frames, I ain't seen shit. But so it's like trying to balance, like knowing when those periods and those seasons are for you, and then being prepared for them as far as the waves and getting your affairs in order.
No, for sure. And you got to be able to get your affairs in order at every single, because you have to know, like, whenever you're branching out to new things in life, you always got to be able to know what's the best for you. One lesson that I've learned, because I know when I graduated high school, I went to Livingstone College, and I was on the football team. I even told my coach at the time, Coach Williams, I said, when I get done with football, I think I want to be a coach. Like, I love coaching. I want to be able, so I'm gonna take the ins and outs for you. So I used to, after practice, sit with him, watch film and all this stuff. And he used to just throw little nuggets at me that I didn't even catch these nuggets until after I left Livingstone. Man, that's how nuggets is sometimes. Sometimes you don't catch some shit until years later. It wasn't it. And so one of the first jobs I had when I was injured at the time, he used to have me hold a stopwatch. And it was my job to control practice. It was my job to say how long, because you know they do drills and intervals, stuff like that. And so if an interval was 7 minutes, my job to keep. So if we went over 7 minutes 30 seconds, he was on my ass. If we went under 7 minutes, he was on my ass. And so it was my job to make sure when our clock hit 7 or 8:10 or whatever it was time, hey, we're done with this, on to the next, right? And at first I didn't get it, I said, Coach Williams, man, look, you got me holding a stopwatch. I'm not learning those schemes from you. I'm not learning. He says, and he had to take me and pull me to the side and say, Stu, look, I don't got to teach you schemes. You teach me schemes. You the one, when we played favor, you told me call a play, we called a play, we scored the next play. I don't got to teach you schemes. That's not your gift is not, your problem is you need to know time management. Not just for you, but everyone around you, because the head coach, and this I'm gonna learn about being a man, has to know everything with every player, from the kicker to the assistant coaches to the DBs or LBs, everybody. Because at the end of the day, if you're not timing right, they can't eat because they're gonna miss a calf. If they don't eat, they're gonna be tired, they're gonna miss class. If they miss class, they're ineligible. All because you didn't do your job at the time. And even when he said it, I still didn't get it at the moment. I just thought, this nigga just talking to me, man. This man just talking to me.
This old head, man. man. Let me run a play. Come on.
This man just talking to me, man. I ain't. But it wasn't until I became a manager at Jimmy John's a couple years later that I was just like, yo, if I would just did this at this time, then when 8 o'clock hit, I would have been good. And I was like, oh, it's sync. Like, when you're not just a man, when you're a leader, or you're taking a step into a place that's unknown, every single thing has to be calculated. Everything, every minute detail has to be accounted for, and it can be stressful when you don't know. So that's why I think a lot of time when you're taking these steps into uncharted territories, it's a real stressful time. And being with that person, like you said, Mario, man, trying to find a lady, or or vice versa. If you're a lady walking to uncharted territory, trying to find a man, whatever case may be, when that's why I say it's a lonely path, because you devoted so much to whatever you doing, whether it's trying to become a doctor or a teacher, lawyer, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just small. It's a small. Like I said, it's a small, minute. I'm on top of it today. It's the little things. You feel me? My little stomach at the table, and I mess up the camera because the cord. It's the little things, man.
No, we do. We got to get rid of the product placement, the Wingstop product placement, man. It's the little things.
The little things, man. For sure. But yeah, so all I'm saying is I moved the table back and my camera ain't messed up no more. Hey, it's a little thing. So I said all to say that, yeah, like whenever you taking that step, it is a lot of pressure of being the first, because at the end of the day, you really don't know where it's gonna go. You're really walking out on faith.
Yeah.
You walking out 100%. On faith,
100%.
man. You walking on, God dang. Let me just do this in a way it's not as bad. Go back to the
like literally, yeah, because you don't have any examples or a roadmap to follow. And the thing about these avenues, there is no one roadmap. Like, there is no like designated roadmap. Like,
because if there was, so many people will be walking.
Exactly. You'd be like, all right, you do this, and boom. A plus B equals C. No, it's A plus 13 equals Z. And then you can get
what's that game? What's that board game? Candyland?
Yeah.
You go up a ladder, then you go up. Next thing you know, you're going back down the ladder.
Hey, that was an OG game. Why I ain't seen that game in a long. Hey, now I want to play Candyland. That's an OG game right there for sure.
Showing our age with that one.
Board games.
No, I was playing that Delta Force yesterday. I had to put my age in there. I'm like, what damn? I'm like, damn.
And we have now lost all the Gen Zers in the podcast. Like, all games just come on the board in the box.
I shoot them ladders all day.
man. That's actually see. I'm not streaming from Twitch through Riverside. Otherwise, I'll be able to like pull people in. But shoots and ladders was a banger, Cam. Did we got any more questions from chat? I want to know, like, does anyone have any questions or some experiences from chat? Matter of fact, I'm just gonna leave it open. I'm gonna open up the floor here a little bit. If anybody wants to join in on a conversation, so we got a little bit of time here, and I want to hear people's different experience. I don't know why I tried to like take my mouse over to my other screen, thinking it's connected. When that's a whole different PC. I did not copy it, bro. All right, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I want to see. I want to get. Sorry, don't look at that. Don't look at that. Am I not copying? I'm using it wrong. Bro, I'm using the wrong keyboard. Oh my god, I got 2 different keyboards. Man, look. All right, there we go, man. There we go. We got it. If y'all want to join, on the podcast, come on. All that for a copy and paste, bro. Look, I had 2 sets of keyboards. I got 2 mouses, 2 PCs. This is definitely the pilot episode. This is gonna be the trailer funny bloopers episode. Next week will be a lot more professional. Which, if you guys haven't already, I've already recorded the intro for next week. I'm gonna hear at the end of the podcast here. Next week's episode is talking about.
You doing on a Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday's just the best day for me. But if it's better days for my guests, then we'll figure it out. We'll figure out some days.
It's gonna be at night. I'm gonna be drunk. I'm gonna tell you that.
That's the only reason why he came to the podcast today, because the Browns got a bye week.
Got a bye week. The season ain't started. No, on that topic, bro. Like, I accepted an acting job, and they was like, my director, he hit me up. It's a series I'm shooting. And he hit me up like a month ago. Was like, what are you doing September 7th? I'm like, looking on my calendar. I'm like, oh, I ain't got nothing. And like 2 weeks ago, I realized, I'm like, bro, this is the season like opener. Like, this is Browns Bengals. I'm like, hey, you scheduled us on like the season opener at NFL. I'm like, are we shooting at 12? I'm like, he's like, oh, it'll be quick. And then I'm like, shit, can we move this later in the day or earlier? Earlier would probably be better, so I'm not lit on
for sure.
But no, yeah, we ended up getting it pushed to like I just met with him the other day, and he's talking about pushing at least an hour earlier. I'm like, 11 I can make work, 10 to be perfect. But
perfect. Okay.
But
hey, at least you doing that, man.
These drinks in you by that 12 o'clock. Yeah.
No, and for sure, because like planning is a huge thing. It's a huge thing, because going back to, I guess, what I was saying before, man, I didn't think about this the other day. I was thinking about this the other day. The reason why people want to work from home so bad is because not just like, when you're not working from home, you work more than what you actually scheduled to work.
Travel
time, and not just travel time. Think about it, like, let's think about it. Let's say you work, like, I work 9-hour days, right? I work from like 10 to 7 or whatever, and I have like an hour lunch or whatever. So let's say you do 9 hours, that's 9 hours, okay? But then what if I have to drive 30 minutes there and back? That's another hour. That's now a 10-hour day. Then on top of that, if you're really a due diligent person, you gonna wake up at least hour, 2 hours ahead of time. Because you want to make sure you shower, you want to make sure that you wash your face, breakfast, and coffee, all that stuff. That's at least an hour before. So now you're at 11 hours. Then when you come home, you ain't gonna just plop and go to sleep. People who do that are crazy and they murderers. So you gotta
Jason, I feel personally.
First of all, nigga, I ain't no murder. You know what I'm saying? I just be tired. You feel me? What you talking about?
Said we just went through the motherfucking hours I've been up.
You just said 13 hours. You just said 13 hours, and now I'm at No, I'm just saying, like, when I get home, I can't just plot. Like, I'll lay in bed, I'm tired, but then I gotta scroll for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then like just naturally come down. You feel me? Just come down for the day. And that's another hour. So now you talking about 14 hours. And then you sleep for the last 10. You sleep for the last 10 hours. Like, that's the whole
I
24
don't
hours
remember
in
the
a
last time
workday.
I got 10 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know, I'm just saying, you're not doing nothing for that. Like, let's say you sleep for like 6 hours. Okay, those last 4 hours, you ain't doing shit. You resting your feet from the 13 hours previous. Don't even ask me to go to the
Yeah.
club. My feet hurt. So yeah, so that's why I was just saying, like, it's a big crucial thing here that whenever you doing anything, you're the first in anything. Like, planning is huge. Interrelational things is huge. Being able to be in different relationships with different parts of your life, whether it's your family members, whether it's a loved one, whether it's whatever, like, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure just branched out to do something new, because it's real easy to just clock into work, to just say the same things, be the same things that every other person's been, and to just be quote unquote normal. It's low key easy to do that. Low key. I mean, easier. Ain't nothing really like it easy, but it's easier. You feel me? Because like I
It's more
said, man,
stable avenue.
it's
That's
a
what it is.
stable avenue. And when you have stability, stability it makes it being comfortable. And I heard this from a lot of people. Being comfortable is the greatest enemy to success. Comfortability is the greatest enemy to success, and that's hard to really. It's not hard to understand, but it's hard to actually do, because you even like kick my feet up and chill. Nah, you telling me I can't, like, and like for me it's more like, damn, I walked 2 miles a day. I can't get me a pot of spaghetti. Nah, I gotta keep eating these lettuces. You know, you telling me I've been good all week. I've been tracking my diets, been having this, and so today I'm Cheesecake Factory. Nah, like that one day of comfort, of comfortability, is gonna undo the other 6.
Mhm.
And like in that one moment, I love to do away with 9 to 5. You know what, Cam? I think that's a good point. Doing away with 9 to 5 is that I think that's a dream, and that's a good dream. I think a lot of people have that dream. But the more I think about it, I think that will put a lot more people into the conversation that we're talking about right now, of having to be the first of something. Breaking, because a lot of people will never break away from the 9 to 5 role. They was a 9 to 5 family, paycheck to paycheck. That grandmama was, that grandfather was,
Mhm.
they are, and because that's all they know is that stability, you know. And so the people who do decide to say, you know what, I'm gonna go and be salary. I'm gonna go
I'ma do
and
my
by
own
salary,
thing.
I'm gonna go and do this. I'm gonna go be an entrepreneur. I'm gonna go and be whatever. Which means, like you said, there's some months ain't no. I don't know how many this month. I don't know, but I do know I don't want to be 9 to 5. You feel me? Now you see me. I ain't never missed a meal, so I've always found a way to make sure I got some food. But I'm saying, you got to be able to realize, hey, you ain't gonna be able to eat sometimes. And how many L's am I gonna take before I quit, or how many L's am I gonna take before I get the biggest W that I really wanted in the first place?
You know,
And so,
perseverance, determination,
so
and really
I say
just
this to all the people out here who, if you are that 9 to 5 person, congratulations, congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that for you. That stability that you got. You are a stable, humble person. Awesome. Consistency and discipline. Let me tell you, Cam.
I envy that stability. I'll tell you that.
Stability is
I envy
stability.
that stability.
Stability is good, but at the same time, I think it is really it's the arch enemy of success, man. It's the arch enemy of success. So when you dealing with a person who is willing to take that jump, who's willing to do something that's never been done before, to go a route that's, or even if it has been, you back lady, hey, or even if it has been done but has not been done by them and they have no other way, people want what they don't have. People want what they don't. That's, you know what, Cam? That brings up another point here. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Jay, have you ever? I don't know why I'm playing with this damn bone. I don't even know where this bone came from. I think it came from a chicken. but it's sitting here on my desk and I'm trying to break it. So anyway, Jay, have you ever like been doing something, right? Let's say with your streaming podcast and running MVG, and you said, you know what, fuck all this, I'm restarting everything.
Yeah. It's currently in works now. Started trying to do a reboot for MVG, but I'm having a hard time with timing. So, life throw that curveball. So every time I'm
Man, what?
motivated to go ahead and hit the reboot and start it back up, I get, get knocked in the head with life. So, but yeah, starting over, I started with myself by consistently posting. So that's gotten me, gotten me back into a little bit of the mode. I'm still trying to figure out the schedule for streaming. I have nothing holding me back. I have a lot of time on my hands, but I don't know why I just can't just hit this live button at least every damn day for at least 2 hours. I don't know. I can't. I wish I could give you an answer with that, but yeah, for the topic's sake, yeah, I have said, fuck this, let's start all over.
Cause you know me, Jay, I've said that shit all the damn time. Jay been in the room when I've been editing a YouTube video and about to upload it. And I said, nah, Jay, fuck it. I'm deleting the whole damn video. How many times have I done that, Jay?
Yeah.
I done done that a couple times. Because I always watch
a
back.
couple times where this motherfucker won't get on the game because he's editing, and then he gets to the end of it. I have left before gotta lay down to go to bed. He be like, fuck this shit, I gotta start all over. All right, bro, I'm going to bed, bro.
And it's like, I think some people think I be doing that shit like on purpose. No, but I really be like, I be watching my videos and I be like, I don't know what it's something just saying. It just ain't.
It ain't the idea.
And so I'm like, I'm starting all over again. And then I do it all over again, and it's worse than when the first time I did it. Just like, so sometimes
and the next day I'm getting on talking about, Stu, you get that YouTube video uploaded yet? Yeah, bro, I did it all over. I gotta start over again, bro. I'm like, well, I'll be waiting.
I got the thumbnail though.
I got the thumbnail though. My thumbnails be fire with no fucking video, boy. I can't tell you how many thumbnails I've made that the video has still never came out. So that's why I was just like, man, that's why I said this year, Stu, don't piss me off right now. Just say, Cam, if I told you how many YouTube videos never have seen the light of day from me because I didn't like it, Jay could tell you, look, man, there's been a lot of Big Stu Gaming videos that have never hit YouTube because I pressed delete. Because I was not, and I feel that that's a big problem that we have as a collective, as content creators, as men, we're so hard on ourselves. When we watch these people, whether it's people we emulate, that we try to emulate, whether it's people higher up, people in our own lane, whatever case may be, and we watch this like, dang, like they doing that. I know I can do that. Or what I say in the game all the time, Jay, I know I'm better than that. And I'm still losing. And so it's just like, so when it's like when you see somebody who in your head is not as good as you, and for damn if they ain't put the work in or whatever, or at least that's your perception, right? That's your perception. Mm-hmm. It really is discouraging sometimes when you see your work and you like, like I know they're gonna do it 10 times better with half the work, so I gotta put in more work to, bro. The rabbit hole you put yourself through over some shit, which is why lately I've been like, you know what, Stuart, go through one time. We're gonna go through one time and just upload it. Just hit upload, walk away. Just hit upload, walk away. But and I learned that from Jay, because this nigga Jay been consistent as hell for the last couple of weeks.
You know where you have to start with though? You have to realize and start with not caring about other people. I literally, I don't give a fuck about what my shit look like. Well, I got it to the point to where I'm actually happy with how my shit looks now, right? It could be better. I know it could be better. I know it should be better, as in like some more settings to go through with the little PC shit. But anyways, all I do is hit. I edit the shit, upload the shit, walk away. I don't look at comments. I don't care for them. It's all about me getting into the habit of just doing it. I'll worry about all that other shit later. Right now, I'm on step one. click upload, keep it moving. I don't go back for comments.
And this nigga really only hits upload. This nigga don't even change the title of the video.
It's literally whatever I got it saved in my PC is what is going to be.
This man has posted on YouTube. I can't see how many times I see him because I've been getting daily notice from Jay, and the daily notice is August 24th. Like,
bro, I need you to go ahead and do me a favor. Go ahead and ask ChatGPT if you need it.
Like,
draw the title, bro.
Just do it, ChatGPT, bro.
This shit gotta stop.
I can't see August 24th on the fucking video.
Whatever I gotta say, I was like,
all
right.
Who started on the nice end? I mean, let me see. Sometimes you gotta leave it and rewatch it and come back. Yeah, no, facts. So yeah, so being a perfectionist, and not just being a perfectionist is hard, right? I think because you want to be great. I don't think anyone in this call, at least, wants to be an average ass nigga. I don't think that. Possibly. I don't know. But I know I don't want to be average ass nigga. And I don't think anybody in this stream wants to be an average ass nigga. Maybe Ty, because he seems like he like to just be chilling, whatever. But
no, he enjoys being sweaty as hell at every video game.
No, yeah, we just talked about this how he hates being average. He feel like he got to be the best of the game everywhere. So I mean, I feel that, but so I said it to say, like, going back on the pressures of being first. When you want to be first, I don't think a lot of people think about being first in a family, first in a generation, and being mediocre at it. Like, I don't think Jay, decided to be a father. Well, I don't think he decided to be a father, and then it was just like, you know what? I'm gonna be an average ass fucking dad. I'm gonna do just the bare fucking minimum shit. I'm gonna make sure she breathing and got food, and that's about the fucking man. Like, she got clothes in that bowl. That's all the fucking matter, man. Even though Jay talk about being a deadbeat, he's actually good at that. I've seen him actually do shit for his daughter. And so you actually, even you may not be you buy horses and shit like you see on YouTube videos, but your daughter has loved and taken care of, and
you're always present.
Always
present in her life,
and that's better than 90%. I ain't gonna hold you. That's better than 90. Probably 95.
That's better than most the 90s dad.
Well, yeah. So
imagine I was lying this whole time, man.
This nigga that paid some random girl off the street. How you think she made it to college? Jaden paid her college tuition for having a fake daughter. Like,
a random niece.
Man, what? Just some random. Hey, thanks for letting me borrow your daughter, man. Thanks for letting me borrow your daughter, man. But no, yeah. So the point of me saying that is just, whenever we're first, bro, like, because, like we talked about before, Mario, about, trying to have a family, build a family, and what you do now, you're thinking about your future family, right? You want to make sure that the legacy that you leave is deep, that they set. I think a lot of us here, we grew up in not the best circumstances, could have been better. Hell yeah, could have been better. But our parents did what they could with what they had. And we want to make sure that, at least me, I want to make sure that my family, my kids, wife and all that stuff, that when I leave this earth, they don't got to want for nothing. Unless they end up doing some dumb shit and they lose everything. They don't got to want for nothing. You feel me? And I think that's the best thing about being first. So what keeps me going, and I love my job now that I have, because they ask me every day, Stuart, when you take these phone calls, are you selling this energy? Are you selling it just to make sure you pay your bills right now? Or what's your main, like, what's deep? What's your deeper goal? Right. And I told him, I said, I'm tired of struggling. Point blank, period. I'm tired of struggling. So when I pick up this phone call, I'm selling the fuck out of this, because I'm not thinking about the rent right now. I'm not thinking about electricity bills right now. I'm not thinking about car notes. I'm thinking about the next car note, the next bill, the next, like, I'm tired of being paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of being just surviving. I know how to survive all too freaking well. I don't like it. I don't like being, I want to be able to, if I want to be able to the point to where I hit up Jay one day, or hit up Rio one day and be like, hey, bro, I'm bored. You trying to go to Mexico?
Thailand, Bangkok.
Fuck it. Hey, I got some tickets, man. I just got from this old dude, man. He had 10,000 miles on him. Let's go fly to Paris real quick. For what? I don't know. Shit is something to do, you know. And then come back next weekend, whatever. I've seen people talk on my Twitter about weekend trips. I'm like, man, what? A weekend trip? I wonder what it's like to take a weekend trip. I wonder what it's like to just say, you know what? I'm gonna go to the other side of the country and back in a weekend. Just fuck it. I'm gonna go drive to Cali, just on a whim, and not have to worry about everything. You know, I remember I say that because I used to take quote unquote weekend trips to go see my little girlfriend back in 2020, 2021, and back when I had a car and shit, and just driving to Greensboro, which is by the way only an hour and a half.
Oh, I used to hit that bad boy too.
That hour and a half.
Which is only an hour and a half drive.
I wasn't going to see that.
Yeah. I ain't worried. Which is only an hour and a half for me, right? Just so just by taking that drive, man, like, bro, I used to have to plan every single step just to make that drive. I had to make sure, okay, how much money I got? Do I got money to fill in my gas tank? Do I got money to fill in my gas tank there and back? Okay, cool. That's the basics. Now, do I have enough money to buy some food and a gift for this girl? Because you can't show up any empty fucking handed. So do I got all that? Okay, cool. I do. Now, do I have enough to do all that?
Nigga, you're the gift, bro.
Man, look, man.
You're
Look,
the
man.
gift.
Look,
Your time.
you can't always show up with just dick, bro. You can't always show up with just dick. You gotta show up with just more than just dick.
I'm driving that. I'm the gift. Surprise.
It was always something, but yes, it's always a lot. It's always a lot to do that. But I really wanted to see if there's anybody in chat, whether it's Cam, whether it's Lady, anybody want to come in chat. I want to hear from a female's point of view, or maybe we're gonna do this. We'll have to have a part 2 to this conversation about what's it like to be the first from a female point of view in a certain way. Cause I know what it's like to be the first in some way. Short, please, Rio. You know, like I've been drinking. I cannot. Oh, and I can't. Press that link. Press that link.
I was about to say I do have to go.
No, for you already talked about that, yeah. But I appreciate you being on here, man. We probably about to end here in just a little bit. But yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Rio.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate the conversation, the laughs, the energy, and hey, hopefully y'all be seeing me again here.
Oh, we definitely gonna back. We're definitely gonna back. You know, we definitely gonna back. I got some episodes in mind already.
Even if it's on Sunday, you already know what type of energy I'm on.
We tried to have 1 or 2.
Moving forward. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all later.
All right, stay safe, brother.
Man.
All right, peace.
Peace, bro. Yeah, so that is the boy, man. That is the boy, Rio B. Make sure y'all go follow him on Twitch at twitch.tv/RioB_. Cannot forget the underscore, otherwise he won't show up. I don't know. I hate the whole underscore shit. Why do people put underscore in all their names? And then you got the people that be like Rio_B_25_. Like I'm like, bro. But all right, man. It has been a W conversation. Krista, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. It's been a W conversation. I want to thank y'all so much for being part of the first pilot episode. Before we go, I don't have a blank background no more. Y'all saw I put some posters up? Your boy put some posters up. You know what I'm saying? I got like, My Hero Academia in the background. I ain't a blank background in the you know what I'm saying? Like, I got some shit in the background. W My Hero in the background for sure. So thank y'all so much for stopping by, man. This was an awesome. Mine was taken.
I thought that was Goku.
Y'all, I did not. Let me just go ahead and play y'all this right here. Y'all can have a preview of what next week's episode is like. It's gonna be about. Shout out to Sugi because she gave me the idea for this video. All right, so this is going to be W posters, right? This is gonna be. Yeah, this is gonna be the episode for next week.
Boy, I tell you, man. Oh my gosh, dude, bro.
I think I didn't save it. It's on Riverside. But I didn't see it. And I don't know how to pull that from different ones. So this we're gonna do. once I close out here with Jay, yeah, we're going to the bag. You tune into the stream. But before I ever let everyone go, thank you guys showing up to the very first episode of the Cool Down Den, talking about first generation oppression. We're definitely gonna have a part 2 of this, where we have the special guest again. We're gonna have the licensed clinical mental health counselor Samuel Perkins, and we're gonna have T on here as promised. And we're gonna have a part 2 to this as well. Next week, though, we're talking about what it means to actually be Black. What does it mean to be Black? What's the stigma behind it and how we overcame that stigma and everything around just being Black. So I'm gonna share that video here in just a second. But as always, thank you all so much for coming in. Always remember, make sure y'all stay cool down here because it's hot on this planet. So it's your boy Stu, and I catch y'all in the next video. Peace. All right, so that's that. Let me hit this.